So it's a Saturday night. What are you planning on doing?
You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 156, Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. I was wrong. We're in the studio one more time. We're probably going to be in this part a couple more times. But the new studio is fucking, I would call it 3/4 of the way. Stevie, he would probably say it's like halfway. But I'm so fucking excited that I say that shit's practically finished. Now I just got to get some money. I ran out of money. I got to get some fucking money for the insulation. I should just rip this fucking insulation out of this one I already did. But I got to get wider insulation because we did 24 on center for the new wall and shit. So that is underway, man. I'm very excited about that, and it's gonna be cool, and I'm already like kind of planning how I want to do everything and how shit's gonna be. So I think it's gonna be a nice addition, and we're not going anywhere. I'm breaking the rules a little bit, drinking some of that fucking Dollar Tree G Fuel. Boy, if you drink energy drinks, G Fuel is where it's at. 300 milligrams with all the extra bolonga. And fucking $1 and $1.25 or whatever it is for a pounder. Can't beat it, man. And bunch of different flavors. You gotta watch out though, because they got like some 130s mixed in there. And to me, that's a waste. And a couple of them are good, like the Pac-Man one. It's real good, but it's 130. I feel like I'm fucking myself, or 150 or whatever it is. It's half of this. It's less than half. It's less, period, is the point. So last night, I was coming home from some late jobs, and I don't know what made me think about Ed. And you've heard me talk about Ed before. Ed was a dude who we used to hang out at his house. My friend that died, AJ, introduced me to Ed. Ed had an apartment in Brockport, and like these kind of college oriented apartments. He was going to school there, and we used to hang out there. And it was like a college kid's fucking apartment, you know. That's where we would hang out and get fucked up at. And so I was thinking about him, and I know I looked him up a while ago, and I don't know how the fuck I missed this. So I was thinking about him, and I go, man, I'm gonna send him an email or something. I'm gonna send him a message, because I know I looked him up before and saw that he was like got a degree and he was working somewhere. And they had him like on the company's website and shit. And so I Googled him last night, and he fucking died. And I was like real upset about that shit when I seen it. It was fucking late, and I was like, oh man. So I like read the obituary and shit. And today, when I woke up, I started doing kind of a more thorough dive, because you know, like when usually when like cancer kills somebody, you know, they say a long battle with cancer, or you know, or whatever it is, or you could see like where they want donations made, the fucking cystic fibrosis fund, or you know. And it kind of gives you an idea. Hospice, make the donations to hospice, or you know, whatever the fuck. And there wasn't any inclination from that, just suddenly. So I think we all know at this point in our old ass lives that suddenly could be fucking you killed yourself, a drug overdose, a massive unexpected heart attack, a car accident, you know, kind of shit like that. So suddenly, you know, me usually means it was something that no one was. I mean, I don't think anyone's expecting anyone to die, but when you're in fucking 98 and you died, I don't think anyone would be like suddenly. Because he was in his 40s, and so a little bit deeper of a dive. I felt like his sister made this post, and it was kind of alluding to maybe like some inner demons or something. So usually what that leads me to believe is either he killed himself or he drank and drugged himself to death, maybe inadvertently or, you know, whatever. But I was pretty fucking upset about that, man. That was I'm still upset about that because I had a lot of fun with him. Like, we laughed a lot, and he was just like a nice dude. I wish, I mean, I guess we all say this. I wish I would have kept in touch, but you know, we went our separate ways after AJ died. You know, our common bond was kind of broken at that point. But on the Ian Bick episode and in a couple limited trusts, or maybe when I explained my case to you guys, I said that Ed, be like Ed, fucking Ed saw everything, and when the police snatched him up, all he said was I don't know. He knew everything. He knew I was at his fucking house. I was washing blood off of my face in his sink. And he told them he know nothing. So fucking be like Ed, man. He don't know nothing. He did say something, but it was in my favor. It was like, all I seen was a bunch of guys stomping a little guy who looked like almost to death. Something like that, you know. But he knew all the rest, so he didn't say anything, you know. He didn't say anything fucking against me or that was detrimental to me. So I always thought that was fucking cool. All these people thugging it, and fucking Ed fucking held it down. All the other kid that's dead actually too. There's multiple people from that shit that are dead. But the one who he brought the police to all the shit that fell out of my pockets and shit, and showed them where the fucking box cutter was, and showed them to my wallet and all my shit. How do you think all that shit got there? Because someone had me upside down, fucking slam me on my fucking head, dog. I didn't just empty the contents of my pockets just by chance. But anyway, I remember when fucking Gary took me like 2 years later to get all my shit out of evidence, and they gave me everything, even the box cutter. And Gary made me told the guy, "We don't need this, throw that away." So I didn't get that. I was kind of bummed out about that. But when they gave me my wallet back, my mom gave me a fucking $5 to take to the fucking party when I got locked up. So I had this for free $5 in my wallet. It was kind of funny. That was interesting. But yeah, man, I was pretty sad about the Ed news. And I remember we went. I know I tell you guys all the same stories all the time, but I tell everyone all these stories. So you're one of us. We went to me, AJ, Jake, and Ed went to their fucking Ed's family's lake house on Honeoye Lake and fucking watched the Syracuse. It was either a championship game or one of the finals games. I was all fucked up. And I remember waking up, opening my eyes, right? And all I see is like this big glass fucking multiple floor to ceiling windows, and there's a lake. And I was like, and I remember for like, you know, everyone's been there if you've drank at any point in your life. I was like, oh shit, where the fuck am I? Like, I had no fucking clue for just 2 seconds, you know, but it was like, you know, I've woke up in some fucking trap houses before too, and been like, oh shit, and like got the fuck up out of there. You know, like shit. I remember a couple of times I woke up and fucking seen Mike do and fucking tapped him, yo, we got to get the fuck out of here. And then we bounce, everyone in the house is sleeping. We be fucking bouncing out of a house and shit at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning when I woke up and didn't know where the fuck we were, but it didn't look good. So that was a fucking, so that was way cool, man. And this is another part of the story I tell. It was in a fucking Jeep pickup truck, fucking with no back seat. So you could only have 3 people in that motherfucker, and it was wintertime. And, I think it was wintertime. It was cold as a bitch. It might not have been winter. I don't know. When did the fucking, when would the college basketball finals be? I know it was cold. I can't remember if it was winter or not, though. Anyway, fucking Jake rode in the bed of the truck underneath the fucking tonneau cover with like some blankets and a sleeping bag and shit and all of our shit and all the beer. And I remember fucking, I could hear him and AJ, they were brothers, talking in the other room when we were going to leave. And Jake was saying, I don't want to ride in the back of the truck, man. Let Kyle ride in the back of the truck. And AJ said, Kyle's not riding in the back of the fucking truck. You're going to ride in the fucking back of the truck. And Jake was pissed. And I was like, oh, I can't let Jake go out like that. So I walked out and I said, what you guys talking, you know, what are we talking about? I'll ride in the back. I never rode in the back like that before. Like for, you know, it's a long ride. So I rode from Honeoye to fucking Brockport in the fucking bed of a pickup truck with them guys, and Jake rode on the way there. It was interesting. It was a little scary at times because, you know, it's different when you're like sitting in the back of a pickup truck, you know, and you're like sitting like how everyone has ridden in the back of a pickup. And I don't see that much anymore these days, but back in the day, this shit used to be like a fucking limousine. Even especially in the hood, it would be like fucking 6 motherfuckers in the back of the fucking pickup truck. But anyway, laying down in one in the complete darkness is like being on some fucking weird roller coaster. Doing your sliding a little bit. You're not like sliding all over the place, but you know, you're like kind of shifting here and there. And like when you come to a stop, you know, you're fucking going up to the front. It's fucking, it's a weird sensation to be laying down in a moving vehicle like that. But I was making long distance phone calls to New Jersey on the Honeoye Falls fucking, or the Honeoye Lake phone, and like a fucking month later, Ed was like, "Dude, were you calling like fucking New Jersey?" I said, "Yeah." Oh shit, that shit was funny as fuck. Damn, I missed that motherfucker, man. I said, "Yo." I said, I think I'm going to jail. He said, oh, you're definitely going to jail. I washed all the blood off my face and out of my hair and shit at his fucking house. It was fun. No, not out of my hair. That was at Gary's house. Just my face. It was just my face. I didn't take a shower at Ed's. I just washed my face in the sink. It was the blood came out of my hair at Gary's house. Man. I remember once I stayed there. AJ was like, I'm about to leave for a little while. You stay here and I'll be back. And he ended up not coming back. And Ed was all fucked up. And he had me reading like this Buddhist book. And I'm all fucked up. I'm like way more fucked up than him. And I'm like trying to read it. And I'm like, all right, yep. And he's like, explain to me what you just read. And I said, I don't fucking, yeah, whatever. And I remember thinking, damn, I don't really want to go to sleep because I'm kind of fucked up and I'm feeling good. But I'm not trying to read fucking philosophy all night here, dog. So I remember I had to like, everyone was like, you would choose who got the chair. So someone would be on a couch next to Ed, and then someone got this chair. And you would always just kind of switch. And I was in the chair, And I remember I was like, just shut your eyes, dog. This will all be over in the morning. And I remember fucking opened my eyes and it was morning time. And I was like, I am fucking thirsty. He ain't have shit to drink. I fucking walked to Brockport Wegmans in the snow. That was in the snow. Because I remember walking across the little spot between the parking lot of the fucking apartment complex and Wegmans, and it was like fucking walking through the snow, and I was like, bitch. And all I had enough money to get was a fucking Gatorade and like a fucking Hostess cupcake or some shit like that. So I ate that motherfucker. I was like, word at. That's what we're having for breakfast today, boy. So that shit was whack. You know, I want to say like I'm going to miss that guy, but I kind of already did miss him when he was still alive. Now that he's gone, I don't know. I guess more to come, right? I guess that's the kind of shit that just keeps happening to you over your life. It was I remember it was at AJ's funeral, and he asked, "Can your parents pick me up?" He was in college and I was in high school, so I think he was like 7 years older than me. So I was like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He was like 23, 24 years old because he could buy beer and liquor and shit. And he was like, "Do you think I could your parents bring me to the funeral? I don't have a way to get there. I don't want to fucking walk." It was a long walk for him. I was like, "Yeah, of course." So we pick Ed up. Ed comes walking out. You know, my mom and Stevie are the fucking best. You know, they like have seen all walks of life in their own lives, and then in my life, like all the fucking people that I've brought around. So they're so used to like these different odd characters, and fucking Ed comes out and he's explaining to us why has suspenders that are like, it's like a ruler. He said, "I thought it would kind of break up the sadness a little bit." It was fucking funny. It was pretty fucking funny. Damn. Yeah, what are you gonna do, man? You know? Shit, I remember I actually wanted to talk about this when Ozzy died, but then, you know, I kind of got off track, and a lot of times I forget to talk about what the fuck I'm talking about or what I want to talk about or whatever. But when Ozzy died, it made me think about when I went to fucking Ozfest 03 with Twan, with Dubs. Go back and listen to the Dubs episode if you haven't yet. That's a good one. But on the way, Stevie was bringing me and Dubs to my dad's to leave to go to the campgrounds, Darien Lake campgrounds. And I want to say if the show was on Saturday, we got there Friday, I think. We got there Friday. The show was Saturday. We left Sunday morning, I think. Yeah, probably, because school was in, I think. Or it was just about to, I don't remember. Either way, whatever it was like a couple days. And on the way there, I was like, "Oh, can you pull up into Ed's real quick?" Ed had secured a bottle, of Bacardi O. A liter of Bacardi O, and me and Dubs fucking took the Bacardi O and filled it in a fucking water bottle, and we were fucking drinking, boy. We was drinking this fucking bottle of Bacardi O like it was hot liquor. Me and Dubs drank hot alcohol like a lot, unintentionally, but it was like some hot liquor, boy. That shit was fucking, I was like, woo. It was fucking, and so it's all kind of a blur, and I'm sorry that all my stories involve me getting like being fucked up, and and the details are slightly foggy. But I remember at one point, so we got there, and the way it works at this campground, it's an amusement park, because I know I talk like everybody knows. It's like one of my biggest flaws in life is that I talk. Sometimes I start talking about shit because I know what I'm talking about, and no one else has any fucking idea what I'm talking about. And also, I forget sometimes when I'm here talking that 90% of you guys listening have no idea what the fuck Darien Lake is, you know? Darien Lake is a Six Flags amusement park that also has a campground and some other shit. And an event center. Like, if there's a bigger show that's coming, like it does all kinds of shows, but big shows usually tend to go through there as well. A lot of times I believe they skip fucking Rochester to go to Darien Lake. That's where I seen a lot of fucking shows there, actually. Not a lot, but I seen a handful. But anyway, so we get to the campgrounds or whatever, and it's me and Dubs, and my dad was dating this fucking psycho at the time, and her son, she wasn't there, her son and his friend, her son Michael and his friend Jared, and they were like, Michael, they had money, they were like money people, him and his mother and his whole family, they were like rich people. And Jared was kind of like his buddy from school, who I don't think was rich, but they were suburb kids. And me and Dubs were, like, at that time, I was off the block for like a year and a half, and fucking Dubs was in the hood. We were thugging it, but we got along because we had common interests, you know, fucking music and fucking drugs and alcohol. So we got along with these two, and shit, at one point, fucking, I'm trying to think, I can't remember the exact timeline of events, but we were, and I think I told this story before too, so sorry. We walked out of the park. You could like leave and you could come and go. I don't know why the fuck we were outside though, to come back in. But anyway, when you came back in, you had to go through these metal detectors. It's way more serious now. But when we came back in, we smoked all our weed. We had, I don't remember how much liquor left. Dubs had the liquor in the big water bottle. And they were saying how they, you know, we were all out of weed. I was trying to buy some weed. I actually got robbed for some money at that shit. Bitch ass motherfucker. I'll tell you that in a second. And so we come through the fucking thing, the fucking beep. We're like, oh, what the fuck? So Dubs keeps walking. And obviously, well, if you listen to Dubs' episode, Dubs is black and we're three fucking white kids, right? So I was like, yo, just keep walking. Dubs he fucking walks off because he's got the bottle of liquor in the water bottle. They didn't even think twice. They didn't think we were together at all. He just walked away and went over and sat and watched. They hemmed up Michael. So we're standing there. Now I'm being an asshole because I'm like, what the fuck, man? You know, whatever. Make me empty my shit. The guy's like, calm down, calm down. I was like, man, this is bullshit. I was like, I don't got nothing. And I didn't have anything. It was fucking, we smoked it all up. So they get to Michael down on his pant leg, like a cargo pant. What's this? What's this? They pull out an Altoids case, pop it open. It's full of some diesel. And I remember looking at this motherfucker, and we're all like, how are we gonna get some weed? And I'm looking at this motherfucker like, you bitch ass motherfucker. You fucking been holding out. I've been drinking the liquor. You smoked all our weed, and you're fucking holding out this fucking tin of dank fucking bud, you bitch ass motherfucker. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you're a bitch, son. And then the Jakes are breaking my balls. They pull out, it was a tube of it was like a lipstick container, but of Cover Up that was like matched my skin color. And I used to put that shit on my pimples and shit because I was like super vain and crazy. And the Jake is like, what is this? I was like, it's Cover Up. And he said, why do you got Cover Up? I said, man, I said, half these fucking dudes here are wearing makeup. Because, you know, it was a fucking rock concert. And he said, not this kind, though. He had me there. I was like, you bitch. But then, so they press Michael's bitch ass, and he leaves into the security office once they got the drugs, right? And this is 2003, so marijuana was not legal. So they bring him into the security office. I don't see him again for, I don't know, half an hour. So I have no idea what went on in there. But he was so fucking dumb. He fucking told us. I would have never told nobody this. He goes, I panicked, and they asked for my phone number and my mother's name and blah, 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 and they called her and all this shit. And he was all scared. I'm on probation. I said, you gave him the real phone number? Like, what, in your real name? He's like, yeah. You know, we're like 14, 15. No, we're not 14, 15. I'm sorry. I'm like 16. Oh, I was 16. Yeah, because I would be 17 later on in the month. I think. Hold on, let me do some quick math. It was in September of 2003. So 86, 96. So 2006, I would have been fucking 20. So yeah, I was going to turn 17, because in 2004, I would be 18. 2005, I'd be 19. 2006, I'd be 20. Okay. Yeah, so I was 16. And I know he didn't have no fucking ID or anything. So he told on himself, I'm out on fucking bail. I'm out on bail. I'm fucking going through the legal procedure. I'm not sentenced yet or anything. So I'm out on bail. Shit, so whatever. So he was like, "Oh, I was saving it. I was gonna smoke us up before the concert." Shut your bitch ass up, you lying ass motherfucker. So after that, me and Dubs are like, "Fuck these two squid motherfuckers. We're out of here." So we figured out a way to bounce on them. And then, so I went up to my dad at some point in the campgrounds. We went and found him in the campgrounds. Campgrounds were fucking crazy, dude. I had never been to no shit like that. I never been to nothing like that again. Campgrounds at a fucking thing like that is fucking crazy. There was partying everywhere. No one gave a fuck that we were 16 years old. We were partying with all kinds of fucking people. And I went up to my dad and I was like, can I get some money? I was like, I'm trying to get some food or trying to something, whatever. And he knew people there. So he was hanging out with these people at the campgrounds and shit when we were in the fucking amusement park. And he like pulls out money and it was like a bunch of ones and fives. And he's like counting through it. And he's just like, here, whatever. And I was like, oh, we got, fucking $20 in ones and fives. That's cool. Fucking A. I was like, go get some grub or something. So me and Dubs bounce. We're in the park. And I'm like, all right, let's get some food. And I pull out, start counting. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, fucking 5, fucking, okay, 10, 20. And then I like hit the next bill and it was like 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 50. Yeah, he gave us he fucked up and gave us like several $100s. And I was kind of grimy at the time. And I was like, oh. He gave it to me. He gave it to me. What? So I was like, oh, we're fucking in now, boy. Let's get us some shit. So then I ran up on these people. I'm like, yo, you could get us some weed. And like, yeah, I'll get you some weed. And then the dude bounced with our $20, or I think it was 20 or 40 or something like that. And I was, and this is fucked up. So I'm out on bail, right? And I'm standing there icing this dude. And I told Dubs, I was like, I'm about to fuck this dude up. And Dubs is like, son, what are you doing? Like, you're out on bail, son. You're going to end up fucking going to jail. And I was like, man, fuck that. I was like, I'm about to fuck this dude up. And I was like looking for something. I was going to try to stab him. And Dubs is like, son, who gives a fuck? It was a fucking few dollars. It wasn't like it was all of our money. He's like, and it wasn't like it was your money to begin with. He was like, so fucking, we just won't do that again. And I was like, all right. And he said, who knows? And if we catch him at the campground, we'll set it on him at the campground. We won't do it here in the fucking amusement park. We won't even get to see the show or anything. So he was right. So whatever. We just let them. Well, you know, they got over on us on that one, but and so we're all fucked up, and we bounced on these dudes. And then I think we all converged later, but they were they were like such squids that they couldn't like find people to hang out with. And we were finding all these people to hang out with. Dubs was playing fucking flip cup with some skinheads and shit. He was like, yo, he bounced for a minute, came back to this campsite where we were with these people. And they were like, yo, fucking, he was like, I was just playing flip cup of this new game or King's Cup or some shit. He's like, with these skinheads, this shit was crazy. It was a fucking good ass time. So why I was gonna bring this up when Ozzy died, because obviously it was Ozfest, and so Chevelle came. They did fucking The Red, Send the Pain Below. There was a third song that I didn't like, and I don't really remember what it was. But after that, everyone just started booing and throwing shit at him and like get him the fuck out of here. And they said, if you keep throwing shit, we're gonna fucking leave. And then people were throwing fucking all kinds of shit, and it was raining like a bitch. So it was like a big mud fest. So like the first, I can't remember how many rows it is like like regular seating with an overhang. And I think concrete, and then the lawn seats is like the cheap seats and shit. We was in the lawn, boy, and we were fucking throwing shit, and everyone in the lawn was throwing these big handfuls of mud and rocks and shit. It was a fucking crazy. I got hit in the fucking eye with something. It fucked me up, and so everyone booed them off stage, and I can't remember if it was Korn or Disturbed next. It was one or the other, and then. And it was now it's like we're fucking soaked. We're covered in mud. It's a crazy mud fest. Like literally covered head to toe in fucking mud. We're all fucked up. And we said, let's just see Ozzy when he comes out. We'll stay for like 5 minutes of the first song just to say we seen Ozzy Osbourne and then get the fuck out of here because we didn't really care about that shit. So me and Dubs are standing there. Ozzy comes out. He like was fucking up Iron Man so bad. Like it was all wrong. He was all fucked up. This was like when he was like at probably some of his peak degeneracy. And we were like, all right, I said, ready? We'll fucking roll up. We were like the first people out of there and back in the park, and everyone at the park was looking at us like we were fucking insane because everyone's clean and fucking, you know, at the amusement park for the day with all their families and shit, and there's me and Dubs fucking completely covered in caked on mud from head to toe. It was fucking crazy, son. And then we like tried to go on rides and shit, and they were like telling us we couldn't go on rides, and we met all these fucking band people. So we went back and changed. Or did we change, or was this the night before? See, it's like it's all blurry because I think we just wilded out and then went to the campgrounds afterwards. Got back late. My dad was pissed, but I had a lot of fun, right? So I got in, and he said he was pissed. I could see it on his face. We walked in and we had a camper, and he was like, he started doing, the dad bitching or whatever the fuck. And I was like in such a good mood. I was drunk. I was feeling good. I had a good ass time. And he was like bitching and saying all this shit. He was like, what the fuck? It's fucking blah, 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 blah. And I like, for the first time in my life, probably the only time in my life, I just let him go through all the bitching. And I said, I just want to tell you that this was like the best time I ever had in my entire life. And he was like, all right, okay. Like it totally derailed the whole shit. Because I was just like, I was done, especially at that point. We got back to the shit and I was like ready for bed, son. I don't know what the fuck time it was. It was whatever time in the morning. And I was like, I was ready to be done, so I didn't even care. It wasn't like he was like shutting the party down early. I was like, fuck this. So that was cool. And the whole time we were drinking on that fucking, well, not the whole time, because we, it stretched it a little bit after we got rid of fucking Michael and Jared, because them motherfuckers were holding out. Oh, I was about to save it. Fuck you. We didn't even see him at the show or nothing. Me and Dubs went to the show, just us. They were just there saying. Then they had all these fucking tall tales of all this dumb shit they said they were into and blah, blah. I'm going to see if I know I might got a picture or two from that night. Not many, because it was so bugged out I didn't carry my camera. I had that digital camera, but I didn't really want to carry it around too much because there was so much going on. So Ed got us the bottle of liquor, went to Ozfest and got fucked up with Dubs. Yeah. What else is going on with Devastator? I'm thinking about making a batch of that fucking hot pink with the white with the pink mixture, because I think people are I think they just don't want to mix it themselves, and they're just like, I just want it done. So sound off if I should just do even just a small run of that shit and make it available for everybody. I think the rush is finally done. Sorry, I'm fucking with my shoe. I think the rush is finally done, and that's going to get ready for release soon. Punch Marker Project, I think, is coming out soon. So there's a bunch of shit coming out in the next couple weeks here. And man, I can't even tell you about this whole other story, Punch Marker story. I wish I could tell you guys about this shit, but an opportunity came for somebody else, and they declined this fucking beautiful opportunity, and then I was like I was a silent observer in this whole thing, and then the opportunity got presented to me, and I would love to take this opportunity for Devastator, but I can't because the repercussions of it could be detrimental, and I don't need any more fucking problems with all this band bullshit going on and making enemies and shit. And I would definitely upset at least somebody with a large following, and even though they had their chance, they were offered it on a silver fucking platter and didn't even actually comment on this crazy project that would be fucking amazing for what they are already doing. It would be like 1,000 times fucking upgrade from that, but I just don't have the balls to fucking pull the trigger and say, let's, whatever it is. I can't do it. And that's all. I don't know. Damn. Such a good opportunity. I can't believe that motherfucker passed up on that. That was stupid. Oh, that was stupid. All right. Oh, the detective called me real quick about fucking official Ron E. They had charges on him. It was the charge that the initial officer wrote up was criminal tampering, and the detective, the juvenile detective, which there's only one in this whole fucking county, as I come to learn, he was like, I don't think that's fitting. He's like, especially since there's a charge called making graffiti, which is that. He said, so he goes, I reclassified the charge. He said, he goes, the way it sounds is this is an isolated incident, and is, he's not in our system yet. He said, but now he is in our system. He said, so anything else comes from this and we're going to hit him with this, and we're going to reopen this one. So it was kind of like an unspoken ACD, or is it an ACD, or is it an ACD? Whatever. I never had anything like that. I just fucking, what is it? Conditional discharge. So it's it's ACD. I don't know. It's a CD. Whatever. It almost is like a conditional discharge. but unspoken because there's no fucking paperwork. The guy said if his fucking name comes across as shit again, they're going to reopen that plus whatever, and he's going to get fucking whatever the fuck charges new and this one, he said, which is a Class B misdemeanor. I don't know anything about misdemeanors either. But I was like, what the fuck? But he said, you know, fucking, and if CSX wants to fucking push it, then he was like, then it could be something. So, whatever. But he said as of right now, he's like, as long as Ronnie fucking does good out there in the streets and doesn't get caught fucking blamming at fucking 5 p.m. on a fucking, it's Friday, on a Friday or whenever the fuck, he should be good. So I'm going to wrap this up. I got to get rolling out. I got some work to do, and then I got some work to do, and then I got to go to work. So I love you guys. Rip Ed, rip AJ, rip everybody, rip Charlie, rip Ozzy. Even though I really wasn't a fan of Ozzy. He abused too much animals for my liking. I don't fuck with that shit. But he's told some story about he shot fucking 30 or 20 of their cats in the house and some cocaine fucking psychosis or some shit. Or stabbed them all with a knife or something ridiculous. I don't fuck with stories like that. So maybe not rip Ozzy, but you know, I don't want anyone to die, but whatever. I don't fuck with that shit. So, alright. Love you guys. Be good. Oh shit. Hold on. Maybe one for the road. Hello? 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 Why you not talk? Hello? Why you not talk? Bitch. Damn, I was hoping to get you guys a good one. Damn, my dad got a good one. Let me see if I could pull that shit up. My dad got a good one the other day. And he recorded it, which is a new feature apparently on the iPhone, where you can record shit. If I can find it right now, I'll fucking play it. Is it this?
Just a hand job from your sister. That's all I want.
Yeah, just a hand job from your wife, okay? And your mother is sucking my dick right now. Your mom is sucking my dick right now. Your wife is sucking my balls right now, okay? And you are asshole.
Are your hands soft?
You need to lick my ass. Okay, just put your finger in your ass and just lick it, okay? Fuck you, asshole. You rascal, you piece of shit. And can you please...
Just a hand job from your sister. That's all I want.
Yeah, just a hand job from your wife, okay? And your mother is sucking my dick right now. Your mom is sucking my dick right now. Your wife is sucking my balls right now, okay?
That's what I try to get for you guys, but they don't ever want to fucking play, or I don't remember to hit the record button. All right, I love you guys. Be good. I'm out of here.